And this is how I use the tool system and the reMarkable system combined. And it's super fast. It's super easy to stay organized. It's super easy for me to keep all of my commitments and agreements. Hey everybody, Greg Winteregg here, CEO Matterhorn Business Development. And for today's video, I'm actually responding to several requests that we have had about how I keep my life organized. And I've done a video on the tool organizing system. I've done a couple of different videos about the reMarkable system. And I want to just expand on that now to a little bit more of practical application and what works for me. So I have three major activities that I'm responsible for. And so throughout the day, I'm generally working on all three projects at some different point during the day with different appointments, calls and emails that come in. So I had to have a way to keep everything organized. So first of all, I want to talk about the tool system and what I do on Sunday night. And I've left some of these things undone from last night. We're shooting this on Monday, just so I can kind of show you what I would have done last night. So because there are so many different things that I'm responsible for, I can't put them all into either system. So I do it the old-fashioned way, and I start off with a sheet of paper and I list out the different activities: Matterhorn Business Development, the Private Dentist Alliance, personal things that I have to get done, and I also have a project that I'm working on in the TAM. So I write down on this sheet of paper everything that needs to be done for that week. And when something is done, I'm scratching it out. So what I would do is take a brand new sheet of paper and I would move over from here onto the brand new sheet of paper. So these are the items that have to get done, or at least attempt to get done this week. So I have this sheet of paper sitting here. Now, the other thing that I do is I have my tool system, and I have these little sticky tabs that really help me find the page that I need right away. So red is what is happening this week. Yellow is what is happening next week. That's the tabs I put at the top. At the bottom, this red tab is last month. The yellow tab is this month, and the blue tab is next month. So these are the big blocks of appointments or tasks, catch an airplane, whatever it might be. So I write all of this down. I fill out a new sheet of paper for the week on Sunday night, and then I open up the calendar to this month and I look at the coming week. So I have certain key things, appointments, phone calls, whatever, meetings. And what I do is I go to this week and I write those key things all in. Now I have all kinds of space over here to put additional activities. And you can look at this and say, oh, wow, I'm gonna have a very easy week, lots of breaks, etc. Well, this is how it looks on Sunday night. And I wanna show you last week. This is how it looked by Friday night. So all kinds of things to do, phone calls to make. I had 3 days of seminars, so those days there wasn't much time to do much of anything else. But then I promise this week is going to end up looking like this, as I need to return a phone call, I add an appointment, have to send out an email. So pretty much for me, I write the times of the meetings and the phone calls, and then these other to-do items that don't have a designated time, that all goes in the margins out here. As I get something done, I scratch it off. Something I circle to be like more important than other items. And so this is how I keep track and am able to make things up on the fly. In the tool system, the pen is always readily available, and it's very easy for me to just make quick notes. I take this sheet of paper, I slide it in here. So in case there's something that didn't get recorded, didn't get done, it's always there. And what I also do at this point, which again, I didn't do last night, so I can show you, is anything from this previous week that didn't get done or needs to be followed up on, I sit down and I go through each day, and maybe I didn't even have time to cross out that I made this phone call or whatever. So I update everything that did get done last week, and then something that didn't get done gets moved over into this week. So I can take this phone call to this doctor, I can write it here. So this is how I very systematically handle all the different projects that I have. Now, where does the reMarkable product come in? Well, let's take the tool and set it over to the side. I've done on the other videos more of a utilization of this product, but if you haven't seen those videos yet, I use the reMarkable notepad to record every phone call that I have. And again, I have these different major products. So we have the Matterhorn folder. Let's say I'm talking to a client. I have a notebook on each client. So I'm talking to this client and certain issues about the business are coming up. So I can use the reMarkable system. I hit this paintbrush mode. I can put today's date. And now I go back to the ballpoint pen and I can make all the notes that I need about this conversation. If there's something that I need to do, I generally make a star and highlight it, or I can also use the reMarkable to go to the highlighter section and I can highlight this. That way, when I look at the page overview, now I can see the date very easily. I can see a star, I can see a highlight, and I can also scan back through all of my previous pages. You can see here I have over 100 pages of notes with this client that go back for months and months. So if during a call with him, we're like, well, what was happening on February the 6th? I can just very quickly find February the 6th. I can scroll through the pages. You can see here that I have some highlighted items. So for me, this is priceless in keeping track of everything on the fly. And then as I'm on a call with a client, if something starred or highlighted comes up, I do that. And then I jump over, I put it into this week, I put it into next week, or I can even put it into next month, and I'm able to find everything super quick. So I understand that all of this can be done with a phone and it can all be done digitally, but for me, this is faster. I have my tabs, I have my reMarkable pad, I make my notes, and as soon as I'm done, and this takes some discipline, but as soon as I'm done, I record it over here, and I also highlight it and star it in case for whatever the reason I have to jump onto a next call or go into a meeting, next appointment. I have it all right here. So I hope this has been helpful as to how you can keep track of everything and have no drop balls. I'll tell you in business, guys, the thing that you have to do is do what you say. If you say you're gonna call somebody back at 10 o'clock, then you have to call them back at 10 o'clock. Now, if you're running over and you're not gonna be able to call them back at 10 o'clock, then you text them, I'm gonna be 10 minutes late. That's real simple to do. But how do you remember? And I honestly, a couple years ago, I was driving myself crazy trying to keep track of everything and writing it down. And I wanna show you one more thing. In the tool system, in the back, I had blank pages. And it's really funny because last night as I was getting ready to prepare for this video, I put my new months in, I'm kind of updating all the appointment stuff in the beginning, and I'm like, what are all these pages in the back? These are all the pieces of paper of staff meeting notes, client notes. Matter of fact, there's a piece of paper here that goes all the way back to August of 2018. And I will tell you, all of this data, all of these pieces of paper might as well have been in the garbage. Because first of all, the information was lost. And secondly, there was no way to easily retrieve it. So I left those pieces of paper in here just to show you today. I can go home now and I can remove these. And what I was trying to do is keep track of all the different pieces of paper, but then when I needed one of those notes, it was at home. It wasn't with me. So this is where I find this reMarkable tool priceless. And this is how I use the tool system and the reMarkable system combined. And it's super fast. It's super easy to stay organized. It's super easy for me to keep all of my commitments and agreements. So I hope this has been helpful. This is how I use these awesome products. We're going to put links below on the previous tool video. We're going to put links below on the reMarkable videos, and be sure to subscribe. We're here to help you as business mentors. Keep everything going, keep your business expanding. That's the name of the game, and stay profitable with our Profit First cash management system. So subscribe. There's more where this comes from. We'll see you again soon.